You won't believe the burk I've made of myself, right? I went out a few weeks ago now and I met this bird, like, she's a little singer girl, like, and I thought, I didn't know whether her name was Gail A, like Mel B, or whether the band she was with was called Gayla, right? Or Gala. So I kept calling her Gail, and my mate Delroy came around my house and gave me a slap. He said, "You burk, that ain't her name." Anyway, we had a little thing going, we had a little fling, and she wrote this song about me, right? My love ain't got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. Because I used to go for a pizza with her, right? And she'd say, "You going to pay the bill?" So I ain't got no money. Right, and you've got your own bad. My strong belief is you should pay for my pizza. It didn't last very long, basically. I've got this big court case coming. I don't want to go into details with you. It's to do with Dame Thora Heard, and I don't need to say any more than that. But what I've done, I'm worried about the outcome of it. So I've got this beautiful stuff. Oh, it smells lovely. You put it in your bath, like bubble bath, and apparently it's a powerful Indian blessing, and it does you good at a court case. Absolutely genuine. You get that next time you're in court for anything. Delroy, if you're watching. It's good stuff. Oh, this is something you're going to see. You've probably already bought a copy, haven't you? I bet you every single person has got a copy of this. And do you want to? You can sing along with me if you want. There you go. Let's hold it up here. Let's have a look. There it is. You see it there? Look. Tinky Winky, la la, Dipsy, Millsy. There you go. There you go. You can have that there. What have we got in here now? Let's have a look. Oh, this is something I'll buy, right? If any of my mates come around, I'll give them that. Look at that. Especially some of the athletes. Tesco Value Oats. There you go. No, it's good, that. It's nice. It's good. But unless Linford comes round, obviously, and I used to give him them, look. Super fast oats. That's a shit joke, isn't it? Bit of trouble with my uncle. Unfortunately, he's got Parkinson's disease and Tourette's syndrome. He's just been drinking too much of that, basically. Let's see what we got in here now. Let's see what my family's... What's going on here, my family? What the hell have you got here? Look, there's a packet of biscuits. There you go, look. There's a packet of biscuits and a picture of Her Royal Highness, ex-Royal Highness, Sarah, Duchess of York. Oh, biscuits and Duchess of York. That's... Oh, lovely. My favourite biscuits. Look, there you go, look. Look. Ginger Royals. Here we go. Now, as it happens, of course, you're very lucky to find me in this time, because normally I'd be out and about. She's so difficult, right, my woman. Some beautiful clothes I offered to buy her in this shot. A beautiful, beautiful white backless dress, like lycra, and a beautiful black leather look coat. Look, some beautiful stuff there. Absolutely gorgeous imitation leopard skin clothes. I said, buy that, I'll buy that for you, and you can wear that, right? Just what do you think her reaction was? Here we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play some of another programme that I made. Now, one of the programmes that I'm most proud of. It's very hard to believe that there could be anybody interested in Brentwood, but there is, OK? And I made a film about him, and he's a very enigmatic character. I just want you to... I'll just show you the beginning of the programme anyway.
Eccentricity and genius often go hand in hand. Human history is littered with examples of people who have developed theories so challenging to their time that contemporaries have derided the theories as absurd and their creators as cranks.
Right. Eccentricity, that's what the Americans called eccentricity, but what do they know about anything? Eccentricity and genius are often confused. Now, that's what they're saying. This man, a lot of people say he's a crank. He might not be. He might be a genius. Why don't you decide? Let's have a look. Let's see what his theory is.
The ancient Egyptians, around about 3000 BC, invented the sail, and then they started exporting their ideas to other countries of the world.
The ancient Egyptians invented the sail and exported their ideas to other countries of the world. Well, I'm sorry, I don't find anything stupid about that at all. I mean, it's hardly genius material, but it's certainly not a crank. Let's listen again.
Exporting their ideas to other countries of the world and took their aircraft with them.
Did he just say took that aircraft with him? Oh, dear. Let's have a look.
William Deach lives in Brentwood, England. In the early 1980s, he discovered that he could reassemble a piece of winged jewelry from the tomb of Tutankhamun into a model of a glider aircraft, which successfully performed a test flight.
A plane from the Tutankhamun era. It has a cockpit here, which is protected, but shielded. This is the original plan, which the aircraft is designed from. Here is the cockpit of the plane, that's here. Here are the two Isis and Nephrys, here, with their hands joined together. This is the nose of the aircraft. This, of course, is the wings. And what you do is you stick the plane on the top of the obelisk, like so, and the plane is now standing about 100 foot off the ground.
That'll be as long as you're there in ancient Egypt to hold it, will it? No, sorry, I'm being facetious.
And around about midday, you get enough thermal current coming off the ground to lift the plane straight off the deck without having a runway. It will just take off. You fly around till dusk or whatever what he wants to do.
Flies around till dusk or whatever he wants to do. Makes perfect sense to me. Now, come on, he's based this on scientific documentation.
Here is the plane.
Oh, God.
This is a design of a plane which flies very, very well. But is in actual fact, a tantric is worshipped as a god.
No, hang on a second. I haven't clocked up millions of air miles, but I think I've been to Heathrow enough to know the difference between an airplane and a picture of a fat bird. I'm sorry.
How do we derive the actual design?
That's what we want to know.
Well, here is the fuselage. Once again, 2 feet are joined together to form the base of the rudder. These 2 sections here are actually the rudder, and this is the tailplane.
No, that's the bridge that he's standing on. All right? Right, now just please, I remember when I was making this film saying, please, maybe the world's not ready for your ideas. That is, can you just get a little bit, come down to earth a little bit. Don't be quite so wacky, please.
The magic or flying carpet is still alive as a popular notion today. William Deach has discovered how to decode the aircraft plans that are contained in some of the ancient carpets.
This is a fuselage. Here is the tailplane. This section here is the front wing. This part is the tailplane. The whole thing, when put together,
is a carpet. No, it's just some incredible other incredible things. You know, Concorde, right, is a joint aerospace venture between Britain and France, right? Oh, were we pioneers of joint aerospace ventures? Oh, you'd think so, but apparently it's been going on for thousands and thousands of years.
This is Mayan aircraft, but the fuselage comes from Colombia. So they did a deal. The Colombians made the fuselages, and the Mayans made the wingspans.
You know, I'm thinking of another deal with the Colombians that might be. I don't know. And anyway, if they were flying, let's just say the ancient Egyptians were flying. What did they wear? How come we've never found any ancient Egyptian biggles hats and goggles and things? Huh?
This is a photograph of King Tutankhamun's flying suit.
Oh, God.
His headdress to protect his head. This part here to protect his neck. And that part of the back to protect the back of his neck.
What do you think happened to Tutankhamun?
Tutankhamun probably crashed into one of the high mountains that surround Luxor.
Yes, I think I remember reading about it. Pharaoh killed in flight. Sorry, no, that's Glenn Miller. I have to say, right up until this, I was with him. I'm willing, because I'll go with anything. I'm one of the most gullible people in the world. And I was thinking, no, come on, he might be right. And then he Then he went that one step further. Yes, but where did they land these aircraft?
He came to realize that the ruins of many cultures were not temples or palaces to gods, but were airports.
So we have Kos, Giza, Queen Hatshepsut's airport. Those are the major airfields. This is the airfield of Kos.
Stansted?
It's one of the Greek islands. Full secret, this is. This is where Icarus probably took off from and got his wings burned and plunged into the sea on fire. A Mexican airport, Toltec. Here we have the central runway to come into land, and the aircraft were launched from the tops of the pyramids. They winch the plane up to the top here, and then it goes down the runway and lifts off before it hits the ground.
Now, I've been on a plane. They don't do that, do they? If you got in a plane and they said, hang on, we're just going to take it up to the top of Terminal 2, you'd get off, wouldn't you? And just, we'll slide it down, but don't worry, it'll take off before it hits the bottom.
The airfield of Queen Hatshepsut, opposite Luxor. There's a parking bay. Probably repair sheds here. And customs or whatever you like.
Yeah, hang on, just let me say, you might think that's nonsense, but I can reveal here exclusively that an archaeological dig in that area there has actually found a Boots, a Burger King and a bunch of Knickerbockers. My Uncle Bernie, right, he's built these houses. You know he's a bit of a mean sculptor. He's big, he used to be a Nottingham Forest fan, and now he's a Newcastle fan because that's where Stuart Pearce plays. Big fan of Psycho Stuart Pearce. And he's done this sculpture of Stuart Pearce as a young man doing the famous long throw-in. I think it's quite nice. There you go, look. That's lovely. Fucking right artistic, that is. Well done, Bernie. Yep. So, new book that I've written. The good people of Milton Keynes approached me and said, would I be interested in writing a book about their city, about their town? And this will be out in print in a couple of months. There you go. Milton Keynes, wild town, absolutely lovely. Here's another book that I've written, and this is about me. Basically, it's about my sex life. All right, because and what I'm saying in it is, women like you to be generous, cultured, charming, and polite, all right? And if you live by that and be like me, you'll have the same kind of success that I have, right? And there's my book I've written about it. What's this doing here? What's the cleaner? Latina Turner. She's sacked now as my cleaner. Look, she's my ank don't belong on the bookcase, does it? You don't leave an ank on a bookcase, do you? Where does an ank go? Goes in the ank box in the pantry, doesn't it? This is my ank. Have you all got anks? Haven't you got anks? An ank is a brilliant thing, right? They use it, Indians, ancient Egyptians, people use it. And what it does is it tells you what's right and what's wrong, right? Now, look, if you ask it a question, if the answer's yes, it goes anti-clockwise. And I'm not cheating this. If the answer's no, it goes clockwise. No, sorry, it just goes backwards and forwards. And if it goes clockwise, it means it's a load of old bollocks. No, it's just... No, it's good. Look. Go down here, look. Shall I carry straight on and fall arse over the sofa? No. Shall I turn left? Yes. It's fantastic, honestly. It'll serve you well in life, though. I'll leave it here. Shall I go out with the bird out? No, all right, fair enough. Sorry, what was we doing now? What we got now? Oh, well, you like this. Ooh, when I go out on the streets with the Americans, right, with the cops, I live close to the edge, right? I don't mind danger. I look danger in the face and I go, huh. Look at this. Big bust, quiet.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to be targeting the area of a bar here at Charleston Street. There's a lot of cocaine trafficking going on at this location. It's a small building with lights that's directly in front of us here. Once the officers get into the area, they'll try to make a buy.
See? Cocaine trafficking, dangerous work. They've done a deal with Colombia, okay? And I'm there, I've got my camera like this, because what this is about a hit squad. Do you remember Miami Vice? Yeah. Ah, remember they used to go shooting up in them cars and then jump out, freeze, sucker! Like that. You ain't seen nothing yet.
534.
Undercover cops.
Our people are pulling into the lot now.
Right.
Our suspects are 2 WMAs, one with the blue button-up work shirt with a name patch sewn on the front of it. One of them has got a white T-shirt on.
Right. We've identified them. Let's send in the heavy mob. Let's send in the A-team. You ready for this? Go, 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 go!
The ability to move in fast is excellent at capturing these people.
Imagine being a drug pusher and getting busted by a bird with a fat ass on a bike. But no, that's what they do. Look, in they go, look. Come, we got them, get out of the way.
Okay, it was
Everyone up the alley. Up the alley.
White t-shirt, blue jeans,
Up the alley.
white
Go back
socks
down
and
again.
white tennis shoes.
You better stop. You better stop. You better stop or I'll call my sister. She's got a rally chopper. Lovely, lovely people. But listen, I'll tell you where we're going now. We're going back to my friend from Brentwood and his theories. No, because I think they're well worth looking into further. His theories on flight amongst the ancient Egyptians.
Right, here we have the what is called lamp, which you will see the ancient Egyptians carry around with them like this. You see them carried around. Now, this is connected to a part of the brain. If it turns clockwise, it means yes. If it turns anti-clockwise, I'm not fiddling this. Or sorry, if it goes backwards and forwards. And if it goes anti-clockwise, it means reject the whole idea. Anyway, place one over the other, like this, to form the rear wing. And the other section has to go underneath. So we have, that is how the wings are attached to the tail plane. We bring the anchor up and we say, is this the front of the aircraft? And he says, no, it's at the front of the aircraft. And he says, yes. So the nose cone goes on, and that is the tailpipe. Thank you very much, Jane.
Just can I ask you a question? How confident would you be, right, if you turned up at an airport and saw a pilot going, is this the button to make it go up? But anyway, listen, don't laugh at the man, right, because you don't know. Many a genius was called a fool. And again, quite a few fools have been as well. But the proof of the pudding is in the eating, okay? He says the ancient Egyptians could fly and he's proved it with his paper. Well, let's see.
The main thing, you see, if an aircraft doesn't fly, then it's not an aircraft. But if they fly, the proof of the pudding is in the eating.
There you go.
Magic carpet. So I pilot. Oh. Yeah, that flies pretty good.
There you go. Now, one he said was this, right? It wasn't just gliders, because, you know, what do you think? Stupid ancient Egyptians just going to have gliders? No. They're a very intelligent nation, and they wanted jet propulsion. They wanted rockets, right? And he knew exactly how they'd achieve this.
What's that powder you just opened?
Potassium permanganate, which has been around for years. Right, you got your cameras rolling? Here goes.
Yeah, now you're impressed.
There's your afterburner. I put that in the tailplane of the aircraft with 5 gallons of fuel, and you get about 500. The plane would take off at about 500 miles an hour. That is why the pharaoh had to wear the thing underneath is a beard to avoid his neck being broken.
Right, let's see it then, shall we? There you go. He's put the fuel in. Right, he's put the fuel in. I don't think 500 miles an hour. I think he's been a bit over-optimistic. But say 150 miles an hour, that'll be gone. Watch carefully, right? Because I ain't gonna last long. Shoom, that'll be gone. There'll be air traffic controllers all over the south of England going, what the hell was that? Across the screen. All right, just watch and enjoy. And you too will believe that the ancient Egyptians could fly.
She's going.
Go. Thank you very much for your patience. We will be ready to board very shortly, I'm sure. A few technical problems, of course. Safety is absolutely paramount here at Ancient Egyptian Airlines. I think this one will be... I think... that's fine. I think that'll be the one. A bit of a problem with hand baggage, obviously, but I think we can just... Oh, that's lovely. That'll take us there all the way. I think we're pretty much ready to go.